Hey guys, it's me Suja over here. Welcome back to another video. So on this video, I'm going to be talking about don't make these mistakes when applying for your Vietnam visa. So if you're new to my channel, the name of my channel is called as Sujo in Vietnam. I've been living over here for 7 years. I was an English teacher before for 4 years out here in Vietnam, and then I started my online business. I'm also a full-time YouTuber, so if you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, it takes less than 2 seconds. Just hit the subscribe button, and that way you can support my work. So, I decided to change the angle of my of the cat of my of the background because yesterday when I did the shoot, I did my vlogging. It was a bit sunny, so yeah, I just want to make sure that the lighting is right. So I'm not doing any kind of Photoshop or something like that. All right. So the mistakes which you should avoid when applying for your Vietnam visa, right? So say you are planning to come to Vietnam, you want to come on a tourist visa or you want to come on a 90-day visa, e-visa. So it's very important. So as of now, Vietnam does not provide all countries with visa exemptions. Still majority of the countries, like citizens from different countries who plan to come to Vietnam, they have to apply for a Vietnam e-visa. They need to go through the website, the official website. So if you're planning to come for a 1 month stay over here to Vietnam, or if you're planning to come for a 3 month stay, which is the 90-day e-visa, so you have to fill up the details on the website. So the first one, the mistake which you should not make is don't provide incorrect details. Okay, your details you have to provide very accurate details. Okay, when you're filling out the form. Especially when you're filling out the 90-day e-visa form. But in general, you got to put in the right information detail. Make sure don't make any errors when you are when you're putting your personal bio details, like like date of birth, or maybe if you have a misspelling in your surname or whatever. So because that is very very important. A single mistake in a letter or in a number, can lead you to a lot of problems while entering Vietnam. So make sure you check it like 3 times or 4 times before you submit your Vietnam e-visa application, right? The second one is that make sure that your passport validity is at least 6 months. And make sure you got you got at least two blank pages in your passport, but the passport validity has to be 6 months, right? Now, the third one is something which, a lot of expats, a lot of foreigners, like they have this issue with is the kind of photograph, right? The picture, the profile picture, right? The applicant picture. So it has to be on a white background and make sure the dimensions are right. To be honest, I actually took mine without the glasses. I have a white wall, so I kind of did that myself, but I recommend you go to a proper photograph studio and get your passport size, like get a soft scan, get a soft copy of your picture. Okay. Incomplete application. All right. So make sure you complete out all the details, especially if you're applying for the 90-day visa. You have to mention, like, what is your profession and all those kind of details. Now, personally, I don't do all that because I have my visa guy. He does all the details. I had actually provided him one time, and he does that all for me. But if you are planning to do it yourself, Make sure that you provide as much as accurate information as possible because that gets reviewed, and especially for the 90-day e-visa for Vietnam, it usually takes, from my personal experience, it can go anywhere between 5 working days to 7 working days. But if there's a national holiday in between, then maybe it could even take 10 working days. So I had that issue when I was in Thailand and when I was planning to come back to Vietnam. There was a national holiday, I believe it was on a Thursday, and I had to stay back a bit more in Thailand. And yeah, then things were going a bit south for me because, I was finding Bangkok to be expensive. So yeah, of course, the other point would be the other mistake which you should avoid is make sure that you put in your accurate email address because you do get the receipt. Usually, when you submit the online application form for the Vietnamese visa, you do get the registration code. It's like a code with numbers and letters. What I do is I quickly take a picture of that on my smartphone, and also you can copy that detail and store it in your, or you can take a screenshot of it with a snipping tool or whatever and save it in a Google Doc file or something. Because that usually gets sent out to your email. But I always recommend you keep the backup. You keep a scan, you keep a kind of a snapshot of that, or you take a picture of it with your smartphone just in case. Now, this is the biggest mistake. Now, these two are going to be the most biggest mistakes which you can ever make, all right, while entering Vietnam. When you're applying for a Vietnamese visa, this one is very important. The port of entry, okay, wrong entry point. Okay, so say for example, you're planning to, you have mentioned that you will be coming to Ho Chi Minh City and you'll be entering the international airport over here, which is Tan Son Nhat International Airport. But you actually land up booking your flight to Hanoi from your home country. You will be denied entry. So you will actually need to go to that port of entry, which you have mentioned. Now, I do understand that Ho Chi Minh is coming up with another very big international airport project, which is, I don't know what is the name of that airport, but when that's going to be finalized, you have to also mention that, okay, are you going to be coming to that airport, or, so it's very important. Like, so if you're going to Da Nang, make sure mention that port of entry, your first landing in Vietnam. That is very important, right? You don't want to, like, say if you're planning to go to Hanoi, if your first stop in Vietnam is Hanoi and you land up in Ho Chi Minh City, you will be denied entry. So be very careful when filling up this information. This is like a huge thing which couple of foreigners encounter and they kind of get denied entry. The last one, which is very important, and I keep on getting this from my subscribers as well. I have some concerned subscribers because I've like made a couple of visa videos before, and I try to, I'm not a visa guy, but I just like, I mean, they tell me that, like, I haven't got my e-visa yet and my flight is booked for tomorrow. So I highly recommend, and this is what my visa agent told me when I was in Thailand, is that, Sujoy, don't book your airfare ticket yet. Book it only once you get your e-visa, right? So I recommend don't book your airfare. I repeat this again, don't book your airfare till the time you get your Vietnam visa. Because when you're applying for a Vietnamese visa, you don't need to show a copy of your airfare ticket. Unlike in other countries where you may have to show airfare ticket itinerary. In this case, for Vietnamese visa, you don't need to submit an airfare itinerary, but you just need to mention your estimated arrival date, and accordingly you will get your visa duration. So if you're going to be applying for a 1 month visa, so your date of the day your visa gets issued is the day it starts. Okay, so make sure to so I recommend you only book your airfare ticket after you get your e-visa, or if you have an option of booking a flexi ticket, that would be better. I have seen a YouTube video of an American guy. He was pretty stressed out, and he said that my visa hasn't come yet, and he was in Thailand, and he was like saying, he was mentioning on the video that his flight is tomorrow morning, and he has not received his Vietnam e-visa. So, like I said, if you're applying for a Vietnam e-visa in general, a rule of thumb, it could go anywhere between 3 working days to 10 working days. So, um, especially if you're applying for the 90-day e-visa, it can take longer. And so make sure to fill out the form very accurately, because if you don't do that, chances are it'll get rejected. Always keep following up with your visa status. So if you applied for your Vietnam e-visa, check it after 2 3 days. Just put in the code, uh, put in your email address, your first name, and check the status of it. So usually it says processing, and once it's approved, sometimes they may not give you that email of confirmation that it's approved, but you just need to log on to the portal, and they're like, your visa is ready. So just click on the download button. And yes, before I conclude the video, I just want to let you know is that when you arrive in Vietnam, when you arrive to Vietnam, keep 2 hard copies of your visa invitation paper. You need to submit 1 hard copy of your visa invitation paper to the immigration officer. I'm talking about the tourist visa, right? They usually want to check that. Now you can keep it on your smartphone, but they may ask you to go and take a printout of it done in the airport. But I always keep a hard copy of a visa invitation letter, which I download, and I take 2 printouts of it. So I keep one, I give it to the immigration officer. He checks my passport for 2 minutes. He stamps my passport, and then he will give you back that visa invitation letter. And also make sure to keep your boarding pass with you, because you need to submit that to your immigration officer at the checkpoint here in Vietnam, whether it is in Ho Chi Minh, Hanoi, Da Nang, or Phu Quoc. So that is very important. And what I also like to do is, when I exit Vietnam, I keep a copy of that invitation letter, and I also give it to the immigration officer, so that he checks that. It happened to me a couple of times where he asks you, where's your visa invitation letter? You are exiting Vietnam, so you have to keep that copy of that visa invitation letter. So make sure to get 2 hard copies of it. Um, uh, Let me know. I would love to hear from you. Like, are you planning to come to Vietnam? Are you having any challenges filling up the Vietnam visa form? How fast did you get your Vietnamese visa? I want to keep myself updated with your feedback. So let me know about this. I mean, are you having any issues completing the Vietnamese visa form and everything? So um, yeah, and I'm also going to keep a link of yeah, I'm also going to be keeping uh, a link of my visa agent who does my visa, so you can get in touch with him, with this company. They're very reliable, so they can get your visa fast tracked if you like. So, yeah, if you like watching this video, make sure to like my video. If you found this video to be informational, make sure you can buy me a coffee. The link is down in the description below. Um, and if you're traveling around in Southeast Asia and you want to start a successful online business, and you want to make passive income while traveling around Southeast Asia, you can check out the link down in the description below. It's an access to a free webinar masterclass. So with that being said, you guys have a great day. This was me, Sujoy. Peace out.